Hello. Hello. Strange things. I have been reading an old thread from the Independent Raptor Hunters, and it's caused me to log in and attempt these main menu training simulations. I've just done the basic one, where you just you start it, and there's this Tanya Blaine chick, and you just fly to the station, and it ends. Now, oddly, in that first one, you aren't in a known system, right? It looks like you might be in Shinrata Desrata, which is weird. So what we're looking into, trying to work out, is Tanya Blaine secretly a member of the Dark Wheel? And possibly the Dark Wheel might be locked behind having to have successfully completed all of her training missions, which could be very interesting. Now, we're on number 2 of them, and the reason I'm recording urgently is because I want to demonstrate this. Look at this. What's that about? It did a little wee. It shows us. I don't know. It's just new to me. I've never seen the game do that before. It's weird when you play this long and then you see it do strange things. Also, so we're in the main menu, right? We're in the main menu in the training simulations, but we see our friends that are in open.
Ship is released. You can use your vertical thrusters to clear the landing pad. By the way, try not to end up as wall decoration on your way out. Okay, you're clear of the access corridor. Your ship's still mass-locked by the station. Once you get beyond 5 kilometers, you'll be able to make the jump to Supercruise. Clear of mass-lock, Commander. You're good to charge up your frameshift drive now. Just hold on tight.
So we're just going to do them together, and I'll record this and then pop it up for you. There's really nothing to see in the first one. I did do a couple of tests.
Great. Your ship is in Supercruise. This is the best way to hop around a system, but you need to go a little bit further afield. Start by plotting a route for Iranen on your left-hand nav panel.
Why isn't it scanning it? This is so weird how we're in like a different version of the game.
Right. Now that your target is locked in, you're clear to make the jump to hyperspace. Point your ship at the target and charge up your FSD.
What's that? What are those flashing lights there? What are those HUD elements there then? I've never seen them flash up before. Have you? All the stars fizzle out, then we get the weird witch space white lights. So I did try a test of ignoring her at the beginning and listening to the Dark Wheel codex entry. Had no effect.
Welcome to Iranen, Commander. Just don't show any support for the Federation and you should get on fine with the locals. My contact is over at Azaban City. Try not to keep him waiting too long. This guy gets a little twitchy if things don't run like clockwork. Go ahead and select the station on your nav panel, then use your compass, there on the left of your radar, to orient the ship towards the destination. Just so you know, the compass indicator will show up as a solid dot when you're pointing towards your target, and hollow when you're facing away from it. Supercruise approach can be tricky, Commander, so you'll want to keep an eye on your distance, speed, and alignment at the bottom left of your cockpit display. Once you're within 1,000 Ks from your target and going less than 1,000 kilometers per second, you should be safe to drop out. If you keep your speed in the blue zone, you'll be less likely to overshoot your mark. But if you do, you can always loop back around and try again.
Well, I tried listening to the codex while she was asking me to do stuff. She didn't kick off at me or anything. I'm so whenever I play this game, I think that I'm streaming.
We
So
need
you're
dropout range now. Disengage Super Cruise. You made it. Be sure to request docking before you enter the station. Flight controllers take the jobs very seriously. Tend to get upset if you start trespassing. You're clear for approach, Commander. Just don't forget to deploy your landing gear.
How did she...
You won't be putting that ship on the deck without your landing gear. I'd recommend you deploy it.
Landing gear deployed.
Be careful passing through the access corridor, Commander. And try to avoid head-on collisions with exiting ships. That cargo needs to get there in one piece. Good, you're in. You'll want to regulate your speed as you approach the landing pad. Oh, and pay attention to the docking assistance display. You'll need to make sure your ship is facing away from the entrance, and that you're centered above the landing pad before you touch down. Remember, you can use your vertical and lateral thrust if you need to refine your movement. Nice job. I might just be able to depend on you after all. Nice job. I might just be able to depend on you after all. I'll be calling on your services again, I'm sure. Till next time, Commander.
I want to sample the audio of that station in the training simulation to see if we can evidence the station numbers.
Hey, Commander. Now it's time for you to help me out. I need you to do a cargo run for me. Ordinarily, I'd take care of this myself, but I'm not on the best of terms with the security forces over in Azeban City, so you're gonna have to take my place. When you're ready, return to the surface to take your ship out of the hangar. I'll keep in contact with you as you make your way there. Okay, you're ready to launch. Take her out, Commander. Ship is released. You can use your vertical thrusters to clear the landing pad. By the way, try not to end up as wall decoration on your way out. Okay, you're clear of the access corridor. Your ship's still mass-locked by the station. Once you get beyond 5 kilometers, you'll be able to make the jump to Super Cruise. Clear of mass-lock, Commander. You're good to charge up your frameshift drive now. Just hold on tight. Great. Your ship is in Super Cruise. This is the best way to hop around a system, but you need to go a little bit further afield. Start by plotting a route for Iranen on your left-hand nav panel. is locked in, you're clear to make the jump to hyperspace. Point your ship at the target and charge up your FSD.
This is an alliance system. So it shouldn't have any station numbers. It was the station we started in that's fed, right? Is that Andromeda? No, that's a reflection. Okay. I thought that Andromeda was in the background of the frameshift jump then.
Welcome to Iranan, Commander. Just don't show any support for the Federation, and you should get on fine with the locals. My contact is over at Azaban City. Try not to keep him waiting too long. This guy gets a little twitchy if things don't run like clockwork. Go ahead and select the station on your nav panel, then use your compass, there on the left of your radar, to orient the ship towards the destination. And just so you know, the compass indicator will show up as a solid dot when you're pointing towards your target, and hollow when you're facing away from it. Super cruise approach can be tricky, Commander, so you'll want to keep an eye on your distance, speed, and alignment at the bottom left of your cockpit display. Once you're within 1,000 Ks from your target and going less than 1,000 kilometers per second, you should be safe to drop out. If you keep your speed in the blue zone, you'll be less likely to overshoot your mark, but if you do, you can always loop back around and try again.
I was just thinking I'll sample this. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to say. What we'll do is... That was weird. We'll get this done, and then we will just quickly sample the numbers from the first station in Morgor or whatever it's called.
Within dropout range now, disengage supercruise. You made it. Be sure to request docking before you enter the station. Flight controllers take the jobs very seriously. Tend to get upset if you start trespassing. You're clear for approach, Commander. Just don't forget to deploy your landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
You won't be putting that ship on the deck without your landing gear. I'd recommend you deploy it. Be careful passing through the access corridor, Commander. And try to avoid head-on collisions with exiting ships. That cargo needs to get there in one piece. Good, you're in. You'll want to regulate your speed as you approach the landing pad. Oh, and pay attention to the docking assistance display. You'll need to make sure your ship is facing away from the entrance, and that you're centered above the landing pad before you touch down.
There should be no malarkeys here. there are numbers here.
Nice job. I might just be able to depend on you after all. I'll be calling on your services again, I'm sure. Till next time, Commander.
We're going to briefly go back to the beginning to check the starter one, the first one that we start in, the station that we start in.
Hey, Commander. Now it's time for you to help me out. I need you to do a cargo run for me. Ordinarily, I'd take care of this myself, but I'm not on the best of terms with the security forces over in Azaban City, so you're gonna have to take my place.
Sorry, I'm just documenting this as I go. It's listed as Anarchy in this training simulation. Why don't I have the soul data?
Ship is released. You can use your vertical thrusters to clear the landing pad. By the way, try not to end up as wall decoration.
Okay, I don't know. I'm going to have a little play with it further. So we will keep going. I imagine this is where it's going to get interesting, right?
I've got a tip-off for you, Commander. Potential bounty hunting opportunity. The target should be passing through this sector soon. Don't worry, you got this. There he is, right on time. Don't get too excited, though. Before you engage, you need to make sure he still has a bounty on his head. Target his ship to scan him. The longer you wait, the more you lose the element of surprise, Commander. Right, he's definitely your mark. Time to deploy your hard points, Commander.
Can't even pop his pee-pee.
Weapons hot. Concentrate your primary fire on the target, Commander. Your little friend here has a combat rank of harmless. Seems to have left the hangar without any shields, so you should be able to make light work of him. Just a few hits should do it, Commander. You've got this one.
Target destroyed.
Nice work, Commander. You're about 3,000 credits richer. Bad news is, it looks like his buddy is out for revenge. This target might put up more of a fight, so I'd say more firepower's in order. Might want to switch to your secondary fire group to bring your pulse laser online. It would be much easier to dispatch this target with some pulse lasers. Switch your fire group. To really gain the upper hand in combat, use the ship's power distribution to its full potential. Shifting the power between systems, engines, and weapons will mean you have power where you need it, when you need it. This target won't put up much of a fight, so I'd suggest you put full pips to weapons.
Target shields.
Stay on him, Commander. There's not a lot of fight left in him.
Target
Nailed it.
destroyed.
I'm impressed, Commander. Just remember, it pays to know your enemy. Not all targets will crumble so easily, so I suggest you choose your fights wisely. Hello again, Commander. You know, being a combat pilot isn't the only way to make a living. Sometimes it's a good option to retreat to an asteroid belt for some mining. You never know. If you strike a rich vein of ore, there could be some credits to be made. I've been told this particular belt has some valuable ore on offer. So let's get to work. If you deploy your hard points, I'll wait here and keep an eye out for any pirate activity.
I just do that naturally when I'm in a ship. I'll
You
look
really
in the
wanna
right
stare at these
panel,
asteroids all day?
and
Get to work, Commander.
I've tricked her. Look.
Power plant capacity exceeded.
Okay.
Oh, okay. It looks like you've maxed out your power plant. No need to panic. Your ship has insufficient power for all your active modules. The shield generator is probably draining the most juice, so you better deactivate it by disengaging it in your modules panel. First things first, you need to approach one of these rocks. So pick a rock, any rock. Right. Let's take a chunk out of this asteroid. Point and shoot, Commander. Good job. A chunk is broken off. If you target it, you'll be able to scoop it up. Palladium. You got lucky, Commander. You're gonna need to deploy your cargo scoop if you want to retrieve the fragment.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Now keep an eye on the cargo scooping reticule to the left of your radar. Make sure your speed's under 40 and use this to guide your ship in gently to scoop up the ore. Good job. The ore's safely on board. Now you need to fill up your hopper with enough of the stuff to be able to refine one canister. Why don't you keep mining this asteroid until you have enough ore? Once your resource bin is full, your refinery should kick into action. And then, you'll have a canister of pure palladium in your cargo hold. Ka-ching.
Oh, gosh. Thought my landing gear deployed.
Congratulations on a job.
It's
well
weird
done,
that it's
Commander.
saying material
Palladium should
required.
fetch a good price when you get back to
required.
port. You know, if you decide to make a go at mining, you might want to think about picking up some collector drones. And believe me, they'll greatly increase your productivity.
Tell me what to do, can't it? Honestly. We're in the Chakok system. Did you see that then? Chakok. Chakok. Oh, I'm in a rush because I know you're watching in the future, and I'm not going to edit this, so I'm sorry. I'm also replying to people in Independent Raxter Hunters, and because I'm rushing, I'm putting lots of typos and then having to do edits. Right.
Bounty hunting can be a lucrative business, Commander, if you're willing to put up with the occupational hazards. You've got a wanted target up ahead. If I'm right, this one should have a hefty bounty on his head in a neighboring system. Target their ship and move within scanner range. Then use your kill warrant scanner to check if they're wanted elsewhere.
Vortex.
If they are, you'll be rewarded
Where are
with
we?
a few more bounty vouchers to cash in.
Wait, where are we?
Good job. As I suspected, this guy's a bit of a troublemaker. You know what to do, Commander. Take him out. You'll want to plan your attack carefully. Make sure you use your fire groups for quickly switching between different weapon configurations.
Are we in Barnard's Loop?
Target shields offline. Target destroyed.
Target is down. Don't celebrate just yet, though, Commander. You've got multiple hostiles inbound to your location. This is far from over.
Omega Knight. Okay. I'm on his six, and I'm gonna kill him.
Keeping them
I'm gonna
blind
get
spots
you,
is always a
my
good plan.
wee little
And if
friend.
you find yourself caught up in the fray, switch your fire group and deploy chaff as a countermeasure. This will prevent gimbaled weapons getting a lock on you for a short period.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
That's some good shooting, Commander. All targets have been dispatched. Keep this up and you'll have attained elite status before you know it.
Why are we in Barner's Loop? Why did it just teleport us from the starter area to Barnard's Loop for advanced combat?
Got another job for you, Commander. A little clandestine operation. You're gonna have to get your tires dirty on terra firma. I'll explain the details as we go, but first you better deploy your landing gear and get this diamond back on the ground. Try to pick a spot out of range of that settlement just ahead of you. You're gonna need to infiltrate it later, so if they can't see you coming, it's a bonus.
Why is there a frame shift
Landing the ship is gonna be pretty tricky without a fully deployed landing gear, Commander.
Are you sure? Apparently we can just enter the ground? I don't know what to say.
Gear deployed.
This is a rugged terrain, so it may take some time to find a suitable spot to touch down. Slow, incremental movements are best here, Commander.
Frontier. So they need to remove that blue trail.
If you're having trouble, just keep an eye on the terrain scanner. When the ship indicator goes blue, means you've got a suitable landing area.
Where is the settlement?
Landing gear deployed.
Great, you're on the ground. Now comes the fun part, Commander. Open up your roll switch panel, select your Scarab SRV, and deploy it.
Drive assist off. No gravity warning.
Okay, you got wheels on the ground. Now you need to get the SRV clear of the ship before it becomes fully operational. Gravity will affect the way your SRV handles. I'm reading only about 0.1 of a G, so bear that in mind before you hit any bumps.
Alright, love. So we don't have the little satellite dish. But we do have the same code on that side. Yeah, she had a ship ID visible. And a little satellite dish above here. I've no idea what that satellite dish was.
Your primary objective here is to disable the power grid by hacking the data link. Before you do that, though, you'll need to take out the local defenses. You can destroy the generator using your turret-mounted multi-cannon. Great work. The generator's offline. You're in the clear. Now, approach the data link and target it. Then you can switch to turret view and use secondary fire to activate the data link scanner. Hacking this data link should kill the power grid. Just keep the target visible when you're scanning and wait for the process to complete. Power grid is offline. Your work here is done, Commander. Just remember that data is a valuable commodity, so if you're willing to take the risk, hacking data points can be worthwhile. But believe me, it always pays to have a plan of attack before you infiltrate a secure facility.
Okay. Well, that was... okay, we should do the SLF as well, sorry. Let's finish these all.
I've set up a meeting, Commander. We're going to be exchanging some valuable cargo. Our contact should be dropping in any minute now, but listen, be on the lookout for anything strange. I can't say I fully trust who we're dealing with here, and this is a critical mission. Okay, this must be him. Wait a second, something's not right. I wasn't expecting to see a Viper. They're deploying hardpoints. Looks like we're being ambushed. This keelback won't be able to hold them off. You're gonna need to deploy the fighter to take them down. Open up the roll switch panel, select the Condor, and deploy it. This will engage the telepresence link to the fighter. Great. Fighter is successfully deployed. You're gonna need to do your best to protect the mothership, Commander. We can't afford to lose this cargo. The Condor is much more nimble than a Viper, so you should be able to stay out of their firing line.
Target shields offline.
That boost was extreme. Goodness me, he's on the run now, isn't he?
Target shields charged. Target shields offline. Target destroyed.
Well, that was a close call. I guess this time around I owe you one. You've come a long way from that stranded pilot I pulled out of an asteroid field. It's good to know I can call on you when things get dangerous. See you around, Commander.
Alright, well, I think that's the end of that then. I didn't notice anything particularly novel, although we did get that cool little zoomy video of the galaxy map. At no point did it actually direct me into the galaxy map, so it could be that there's something to discover there. It was very strange. I'm not sure if there's anything to read into about what it chooses to highlight to you in those scenarios. I don't know. But, yeah, thanks for joining me for this little cheeky little half-hour investigation. Do take care. I will be live continuing my endeavours to work out what's going on with the time travel stuff. I do actually have an update pending on that, but it's really complicated. Oh my god, it's so complicated. So I will get it published, but we've got new information, and it looks like the mystery is no longer in the Radicoider, it's in Sol. Sol is not right, and don't even get me started. Anyway, thank you all. I will explain it on stream. If you want to know more, come and hit the subscribe buttons and follow on Twitch or wherever you prefer, and you can catch me live. Otherwise, I'll try and get some more videos out in the interim. Last notice as well, next Thursday, not tomorrow the 5th, but the 12th, next week, I'm doing my subathon again, where we'll be attempting to achieve elite rank while keeping the starter permit. I've worked out how to play the entire game without losing the starter permit. It is not easy. I need your help to make it as flawless as possible in the subathon, because I'm going to need a load of help from people. So yeah, 07, take care.